What is nitrogen? It's all around us, in the air, in the ground, and even in our bodies. In fact, nitrogen makes up about 70% of the atmosphere. Nitrogen is important to all living organisms because nitrogen, in its many forms, are used to make proteins. But how does nitrogen move from the edge of our atmosphere all the way to deep under the soil and everywhere in between? Here, follow me as I explain one of the most important parts of Earth's sustainability, the nitrogen cycle. The cycle consists of 5 main processes: fixation, assimilation, ammonification, nitrification, and denitrification. Although the cycle is continuous, let's start with fixation. Despite the fact that there is so much nitrogen in the atmosphere, atmospheric nitrogen is unusable by life forms. Fixation converts this diatomic nitrogen into necessary compounds. This process can be carried out in a number of different ways. Microorganisms, such as bacteria and algae, do most of this conversion by creating ammonia and ammonium. Although it accounts for a smaller percentage of converted nitrogen, lightning causes atmospheric nitrogen to combine with water in the air to create ammonia and nitrates. However, a new way was discovered to create commercially available fixed nitrogen. One of the main uses of this is fertilizing. The more nitrogen available in soil, the faster plants will grow. Next, during assimilation, plants absorb nitrogen compounds, such as nitrate ions and ammonium ions, from the soil through their tiny root hairs. Ions absorbed by the plants are converted into different forms: nitrite ions and ammonium ions. Plants use these substances to make amino acids, nucleic acids, and chlorophyll. However, animals cannot absorb the nitrogen they need like plants. Instead, animals must consume nitrogen. Ever wonder why people compost? Returning organic material to the ground gives plants the nutrients they need to grow. This transaction is called ammonification. In this step of the cycle, organic nitrogen is returned to the soil through feces and the dead matter of plants and animals. As these organisms are decomposed by microorganisms, organic nitrogen is converted into ammonium and nitrate. This allows nitrogen to be recycled into the ground and accessed by plants. This process is also called mineralization. Although some of what plants absorb is ammonia, most of it is converted to nitrates in the process of nitrification. Through this process, bacteria living in the soil convert ammonia and nitrites to nitrates. This step is essential because nitrite and ammonia may be toxic to some plants. In the final portion of the nitrogen cycle, denitrification, nitrogen in the form of N2 is returned to the atmosphere. In order for this to occur, bacteria under the soil break down nitrates and release nitrogen in its organic form back above ground. As the final step in the process, denitrification is vitally important because organic nitrogen that is converted in this step will be converted again through fixation. The cycle is crucial for all living organisms on Earth, especially for plants. From the largest mammal to the smallest microorganism, nitrogen is needed to perpetuate life in every ecosystem.